from a global perspective, you would approach it that standardization is an 80-20 proposition. And here's why. I have countries where I can't use certain equipment.
Right.
I have to use equipment that is made and manufactured in that country. The EU, I'm dealing with GDPR. Singapore leverages a lot of the EN standards that we see in EMEA. If you're in China, it's a totally different animal. How does that play into that standardization process? Which is why I always say it's kind of an 80-20 rule. But to your point, you hit the nail on the head with the reverse planning. I'm not going to look at a device and figure out how it's going to fit in. I'm going to say, this is my problem. How do I solve it?
Right.
And then backwards plan from there, saying, well, this would solve it. Is it better than what we have? So you can do that whiteboard exercise. It's almost like a Lean Six Sigma exercise with a bunch of Post-it notes and a whiteboard or a chalkboard. And you're working your way backwards.
Right.
And moving stuff around until you go, this system, because we're not looking at a device anymore. And that's another thing I think that can be frustrating, is everybody wants you to focus on the device when I want to focus on the topology. I want to focus on the entire system and how it's going to interact.
Yeah, and that gets to that layered component too, where how does this interact with these other solutions? And it's the overall solution, meaning a lot of different components that have to work together. And you're mentioning there's corporate standards, and then that means that there are devices that work with it well, and sort of you started get into this matchmaking component when you do have to look at solutions that are going to be a good fit, which makes it more complicated in some ways. But at the same time, having standardization makes it a lot easier to work on things and get support. So,
no, it does. And to tell you the truth, I think, especially from a Fortune 50 perspective, I think we can drive change within the industry. Because I can take two systems that everybody around me, they're never going to work together. And I'm thinking about it going, API is a thing. I understand APIs. Let me call up a couple of my software buddies. They're going, yeah, sure, they can make it work. It's going to be a little complex, but they can code it. Okay. So now let me go back to the manufacturer and go, hey, I need you to be able to integrate with this. Well, we don't have... Could you please research that? Because I'm looking at an enterprise deployment.
Yeah.
And I've had companies reach out to people they never thought they were going to integrate with. And now they're integrated with them. Right?
Right. That's a great benefit for being able to push things like that out, because it does benefit everybody else. When a Fortune 50 puts their weight behind an integration, that's what most manufacturers are waiting for, is a deal that's going to push something for doing an integration.
It's the return on their investment, and you're helping to provide that for them. Business 101, that's good for everybody. It's a win-win. Yeah. And I'll tell you straight up, so the integrator side of it also wins, because now they can train their people in new devices from the manufacturer, get the certifications. So that broadens their scope of what they can offer.
Absolutely.
So it's a ripple in a pond effect is the way I see it.